Shalom, my friends. With this month's Ask Yael, we had some amazing questions, and I'll continue to every month answer different ones, but right now I want to answer a great question from Mirna B, who wants to know what a typical day in Israeli schools look like. And that's a great question because I grew up very different in America. I was raised in Chicago. I lived in Chicago till I was 17 years old and went to private school here in Chicago, but I had a lot of friends that went to public school, and I would hear about their day. And in Israel, the public school system is very similar to the days at school that I had in private school growing up. And basically what I mean by that is that everything revolves around faith. Everything revolves around values, around Bible stories, around loyalty to where you live, to your government, to your peers, to your community. And so in Israel, that's what I see in the public school system, which is so beautiful to see that that's what the children are being raised with. So I'll give you an example. And my son, he's 5.5 years old. He goes to public kindergarten. And when you walk into the kindergarten, you're greeted with a picture of the prime minister, of the president, and they're greeting the kids to school. Then on the backboard, there's one blessing that we say every day that switches every month, the blessing that they put up. So when the winter began and we started praying for rain in Israel, and we say the blessing, V'ten talu matar livracha, that there should be dew and rain from the heavens and it should be for blessings. When he walked into school, the backboard said that blessing, V'ten talu matar livracha. And under the board, all of the pictures were of different things that the children drew around rain. So the physical space of the kindergarten, or my daughter who's in school, the physical space is very much based around faith, that they have different psukim, different verses from the Bible all around the class so that they remember what we stand for, what our values are. Love your neighbor like yourself. My son in his kindergarten class, for around half a year, they worked on creating the tent of Abraham, that they would take different materials and they literally created a tent that was open on all four sides, just as we know about Abraham's tent, and they would play in there. They would learn about Hachnasat Orchim, greeting guests in the tent, and they would pretend to be like Abraham, greeting guests and giving them food and water and a place to rest. Everything in school, in the public school systems even, is based around faith. They start their day with prayers, that they sit around and they say prayers. My daughter, she starts her day by everyone in the class in second grade says one story. They sit in a circle and they all tell a story of either Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, loving your neighbor like yourself, or hashgacha pratit, divine intervention. And so they go around and everyone tells one story that they could think of from the past day or two of when God intervened in their life, or something that they did to love their neighbor like themselves. That in Israel, there's no separation between state and faith, because if we separated state and faith in Israel, we would have no reason to be there. So it's beautiful to see that our children are being raised on the values of the Bible, on the values of our forefathers. As we know, teach the child young and he will grow old in his ways. And that's really what we're seeing in the education system in Israel. So praise God, there's a focus both on faith as well as on regular studies. Mathematics is very big in Israel. There's a very big focus, which is why Israel has excelled in the high-tech market and medical innovation. We're very, very innovative in Israel, with Google having offices in Israel, as well as Microsoft and all the other, IBM, all the other big companies. So with that mixture of faith and knowledge, practical knowledge that we could implement into our life as far as moving forward in society, I know that Israel is a society that will continue to grow and flourish. So thank you for your great questions, and God bless you always.